Have you ever seen an engine so fast, so wild, that it almost screams louder than your heartbeat? Fire. This isn't your everyday car or bike engine. This is something that pushes the limits of physics, a machine that spins at an unbelievable 20,000 RPM. Yes, 20,000 revolutions per minute. Just imagine, while a normal car engine struggles at 6 or 7,000, this beast roars 3 times faster, like it's trying to tear the air apart. At this speed, metal becomes music. Every piston stroke is a heartbeat. Every spark is lightning, and every rotation, a reminder of what human engineering can truly achieve. But before we dive deeper, let's make one thing clear. Engines like this don't just happen. They're built with passion, precision, and a kind of madness that only true engineers understand. Because at 20,000 RPM, one small mistake means destruction. One wrong move, and the whole engine can explode. So what makes it possible for this machine to survive such brutal speed? The answer lies in its soul, the design, the balance, the material, and the cooling. Each component is designed with the mindset that nothing ordinary will survive. The pistons are lightweight but unbelievably strong, made from alloys that can handle extreme heat and friction. The crankshaft, balanced to perfection, ensures not even the tiniest vibration can throw it off. And then comes the oil system. At 20,000 RPM, oil doesn't just lubricate, it becomes the lifeblood, keeping the entire system from tearing itself apart. The temperature inside the engine rises so high that even the smallest cooling failure can melt the internal parts. That's why every drop of oil, every pulse of fuel, and every millisecond of ignition timing is synchronized like a heartbeat in a living creature. Now imagine standing next to this engine when it runs. The sound isn't just loud, it's sharp, piercing, and mechanical music at its finest. It's the sound of human progress compressed into a single machine. The air around it vibrates, your chest feels the pulse, and for a moment, you realize this is what raw power feels like. This kind of performance is not found in your daily vehicles. No, it belongs to a special breed, Formula One. Yes, F1 engines are the real monsters that can reach and even cross 20,000 RPM. Every component inside them is engineered with micrometer precision. The valves, for example, open and close 300 times per second, faster than your eye can blink. But do you know what's most shocking? At 20,000 RPM, each piston completes 333 cycles per second. That means in 1 second, it goes up and down 333 times, a level of motion so extreme that even camera shutters can't catch it clearly. The heat generated is enough to boil water instantly. And yet, the engine keeps spinning, perfectly balanced, perfectly alive. The question is, how? How does something spinning that fast not explode? It's because of materials like titanium and carbon composites. Lightweight, heat-resistant, and strong enough to hold their shape at insane temperatures. The engine is also surrounded by complex cooling channels that guide air and liquid to every hot spot, keeping it alive like an artificial heart inside a steel body. But behind every 20,000 RPM roar, there's another story, of fear. Engineers know that pushing limits always comes with risk. One missed calculation, one failed bearing, and the entire thing could burst apart, sending shrapnel flying at deadly speeds. That's why every F1 team spends millions just to test and refine this balance between power and destruction. And yet, they keep doing it. Because that sound, that power, that speed, it's addictive. When the engine hits its peak RPM, it's not just a machine running, it's an orchestra of energy, motion, and precision. A dance between fire and metal. But here's something most people don't realize. You'll never find a 20,000 RPM engine in your normal car. Why? Because normal engines are designed for durability, comfort, and fuel economy. The higher you go in RPM, the more stress and heat you generate. That means more wear, more danger, and shorter lifespan. Yet, for race machines, that doesn't matter. They're born to live short but shine bright. These engines might only last a few races, but in that short life, they create history. Each sound wave from their exhaust is a scream of victory, a moment of human triumph. When engineers test such engines, they use rooms built like bunkers, reinforced, sealed, and filled with high-speed cameras. Inside those walls, they run simulations that push the limits. Sometimes, things go wrong. Valves snap, pistons crack, flames burst from the exhaust. But that's how perfection is made, by learning where failure begins. Think about it, 20,000 revolutions per minute means the crankshaft completes 333 full rotations every second. That's faster than a blender blade, faster than a jet turbine's idle spin. And every single component must move in harmony, or the whole system collapses. Even the fuel used is no ordinary gasoline. It's a highly refined, explosive mixture that ignites almost instantly. The ignition timing has to be accurate down to milliseconds. One tiny delay, and you could lose power, or worse, the engine. Now here's the mind-blowing part. Despite all this violence happening inside, the driver sitting behind the wheel feels smooth, seamless acceleration. The sound may be wild, but the car glides like it's cutting through air. That's how perfect the engineering balance is. There's an elegance in this chaos, the kind of beauty that only extreme performance can show. It's not just about speed. It's about control at the edge of destruction. And when the race ends, when the engine finally shuts off, the silence that follows feels heavy. The machine stops breathing, but the echo of its roar stays in your chest. That's the magic of a 20,000 RPM engine. It leaves something inside you that doesn't fade easily. So next time you see one on screen, a Formula One car, a MotoGP bike, or a high-revving concept engine, don't just hear the sound. Feel it, because what you're hearing is not noise. It's the heartbeat of engineering, the soul of speed, and the proof that humans will always chase limits, no matter how far they are. And if you've watched till now, you're not just a viewer, you're part of that passion. Heart. So don't forget to like, share, and comment below what you think about this mechanical miracle, and subscribe to the channel to keep supporting us as we bring you more mind-blowing stories of machines, power, and the beauty of motion. Because this was more than just an engine. It was a heartbeat running at 20,000 RPM. Gear fire.